G'day, omdevaji, sheshnag.com. What on earth is Kundalini? Sheshnag Mandir. This video is about living in a death culture. People say, what? Living in a death culture? Well, I've been thinking about it, especially when I was on the toilet. Have some really good, profound epiphanies sitting on the throne. When I look back and look at and observe this culture, it's a very, very obvious focus on death. A lot of the time we're always trying to postpone it or avoid it, not even talk about it. Talking about it's a bit of taboo. And I also mean a death culture as in being pessimistic rather than optimistic. When someone in Australia says, "How are you today?" some people say, "Not too bad." And I think the energy experienced with that expression, "not too bad," is a lot different to "I'm really good," or "Yeah, I'm okay." It's a very limiting, it's like, "I'm not totally shit, so just a little bit less than shit." What the heck, mate? Tell me what you are rather than what you aren't. Because I'd rather hear that, and that'd be more uplifting and beneficial and authentic in the moment. Also, the medical system is designed around preventing death, prolonging life. But as crazy as it is, I've been throwing out that soft plastic lately, and I realise that the whole pile of it is sugar-based products. And then you go into the physiology of sugar. It has an effect on the pineal gland, the pituitary gland. It affects the whole body. It actually inhibits a lot of limitations, or it creates limitations, or it's not healthy for it anyway. And there's a massive sugar addiction on the planet. So if you look at the energy in the body that's responsible, or the organs that are responsible for spiritual illumination, where the third eye, Agnya chakra, ties into the physical body, ties into about a spot, if you crisscross there and there, there's a little spot there called the fontanelle. So that fontanelle is known as a little fountain because it shoots out the head at the experience of being baptized in the spirit or Kundalini awakening. But that can't happen if you've got an unhealthy pineal gland or a pituitary gland, and the hypothalamic pituitary axis is compromised by all this shit that we're putting into our body. So what are we doing to ourselves? We're actually living in death rather than life. The Egyptians were onto it, because if you take a picture of the limbic system around that hypothalamic pituitary axis, where the corpus callosum crosses over, then they've got a picture of that, mate. And it's the same as the eye of Ra, because they know when you tap into that, you get the same as that thing on Shiva's eye there, the eye of intuition. Right? So it's represented by this. Right? Physiologically, it's the same. But the death culture turns it off, and then they talk about fluoride in the water and things like that. So, not to mention, we're grossly endorsed with anything programming the mind on a subconscious level. So if a TV's on, we watch it. It's not a healthy program going in, but it's energetically designed to limit the perception of the subtle realms. So, there are cultures out there that are rare, and they endorse life, and they endorse death. They don't try and avoid death, they celebrate death the same as they celebrate life, because they're pro-life, and they know that death is a part of life, rather than spending all your time fighting against it. So there you go. A little bit of out there physiology and anatomical reference to the experience of spiritual illumination, tied in with the past attempt to turn that system off, so most people will be muppets and work most of their life to pay off a house they'd never own, instead of realise the unity of life and then create an embodied expression of that which is fully emotional and fully present to interact in a healthy way with fellow humans. Wow. If any of that made sense, you can donate to sheshnag.com, man. I'm at sheshnag.com on PayPal, whatever you like. Anything's good. Doesn't matter. Whatever you got. I'm happy either way. You guys have a good day, and thank you for listening. Sheshnag Monday, sheshnag.com. What on earth is Kundalini? That's available on Amazon right now. 4-book series. That's a good way you could contribute. And because they're electronic, they're not bodgy. Published in India, missing letters. Om Namah Shivaya, Hara Hara Mahadev, Hara Hara Mahadev, Hara Hara